New tonight, Holyoke Community College hosted their first fall graduate reception earlier this evening. The reception ran from 5 until 7 p.m. on the main HCC campus. Although fall graduates are always invited to attend HCC's formal commencement ceremony in spring, historically many choose not to attend. And one of our very own photographers, Marcos Figueroa, graduated at tonight's ceremony. He had this to say during his commencement speech.
Professors or teachings were more than just lessons, but illustrations of knowledge that inspired me. Holyoke was not just a place of learning, but a community that embraced me. Today, I stand not just a graduate, but as someone deeply connected to this place. I am grateful for the lessons learned, for the passion instilled in me by these incredible individuals.
A big congratulations going out to Marcos and the other 172 students who graduated at tonight's ceremony, many of whom will transfer to four-year schools for the spring 2024 semester.